left the tower of the Lord Protector without knowing just what to expect. Then does it show a rodent foe? Greg unleashes great balls of fire, no match for his immolation. A rodent devastation, it's overkill, oh what a thrill. Greg unleashes great balls of fire, burn the rodents. Oh, feels good, but mere moments. Yet more emerge from a hidden hole. What now? Just how? How will we ensure that there are no more? Oh, Greg's thoughts of flame turn to thoughts of water. With clarity, Greg is sure he ought to empty the well, send them to hell, drown the buggers down in a mire. A simple task of pest control to influence the town. Greg's new power has the strength to bring a giant down. Some jobs need muscle, some need fire. Some simply need a bucket and dice and desire.
It seems like our work is finished in the trailer park, boys.
So subtle. Well done. Well done. I don't care. That can go into the show. As the last of the rats is vanquished, the guy that you met when you first came to this site approaches you, and you see it's now that you sort of really take in this guy. He's sort of a middle-aged guy with very sort of like straight, sort of lank blonde hair, dark blonde. He's sort of middle-aged, bit of a goatee going on. And he comes over and he says, "Oh, thank you very much for that. It's those rats have been just winding me up for days, and no one's been willing to take them on. I tried shooing them with my broom." He shows you what he's got in his hand, and it just wasn't. They just were overriding me. So thank you very much. How did you know that I needed help? Did you see the advert on the notice board?
Yes, my good man. We saw the advert that you had posted on the town notice board, and where the circus sees a man in need, the circus helps a man in need. We are the circus, by the way. I'm not just talking about a random circus. We are the circus. We are Dweezil Vanzaphir. May I? Have you told me your name, sir? It seems like a very long time since we spoke.
Weeks and weeks. I can't remember myself, but if I had, my name's Darz Helga. I sort of tend to the caravan park here, make sure that it's well kept for anybody leaving their horses or their carts or anything here. And like I say, these rats were proving quite the nuisance. So this is going to help me open up this park and ensure that we can get some business going through here. I'm also a bit of an odd job man, and I sort of, I'm quite close to the Lord Protector and sort of do anything she sort of needs me doing around town. But this is my main spot here. I don't seem to recognise you. You say you're the circus. Are you entertainers then?
Well, are we entertainers, my good? Can I just say, what lovely hair you have. Some may describe it as lank. I would describe it as sleek. It suits you down to the ground, my good man. You say you're friends with the Lord Protector.
That's correct. Yes, she's looked kindly on me. It's not many people would, but she noticed she saw something in me when not many in her position would, and she's given me some honour and allowed me to rebuild my life here in Tribor.
Well, we are new to Tribor. We are entertainers, but we are also adventurers. We are solvers of problems. I think is the best way to describe it. And whilst we are in Tribor, we have a want to perhaps furnish ourselves with some objects and perhaps even some weaponry. Obviously not to use within the town. We're not brigands. We're not villains. But we travel all our faring, and as you can imagine, we have need to defend ourselves at times. And I'm led to believe that in order to buy weapons within the town, I would need a letter of recommendation from a citizen of regard. If the Lord Protector holds you in such regard, perhaps you could do me the honour of writing such a letter.
I don't see why not. I mean, like I say, it's maybe I've oversold my position. When it's not like we're best friends. It's not like I'm her right hand man by any means. But I'd like to think that our relationship is solid enough that a good word from me will put you in fairly good stead with the Lord Protector, and I'd be more than willing to. I mean, first and foremost, you've cleared the rats. I owe you a debt for that, and I believe that the advert agreed on a price of 25 gold pieces.
Absolutely, sir. It did, yes.
So just let me just hold here for 1 second while I go and grab that. And in fact, do you happen to have a pen on you? I don't happen,
I do. I have a pen. I have ink. I have parchment. Are you a man of words? Are you a man of words?
I can write if that's what you're asking.
I'm just wondering, are you able to compose? Of course, I wouldn't. You look like a man with a keen mind. I wouldn't wish to insult you. I just are you are you at ease with the written word? Would you like me to dictate to you, or are you happy to compose your own missile?
Can I have a charisma check on that, please? Not just a straight charisma.
Flat charisma. That's an 18.
18. Just despite Darz is if it's not already clear, Darz is a little lowborn, and not necessarily someone who is expecting to be dealing with someone as sort of grand and verbose as someone like Dweezil, and someone in that position could take your words as a little patronising, but fortunately there's something in the way you say them that Darz doesn't take it that way, and just thinks that you're just trying to be helpful, and trying to ensure that you move these things along at the right pace and in the right way. And he turns to you and says, "No, that's absolutely fine. It's a wonder. It's very kind of you to offer, but I think realistically, given that you're looking for a letter of recommendation from me, it's probably best it comes in my words, rather than looking like you've maybe held me to knife point." So yeah, so that pen.
Just quickly. Is it worth the rest of us introducing ourselves, or do you not care who we are?
Well, I mean, you can. I mean, I've introduced myself as Darz. You haven't introduced yourself. That's...
The other guy talks a lot. They can't get a word in edgeways with him. I'm Krill. I'm Krill. It's a pleasure to meet you. And then he reaches out a hand to shake his hand.
Darz reaches out and he shakes it and says, "Very good to meet you, Krill, and thank you, for all your fine
Krill
rat murder."
Krill feigns, I don't know what you'd call it. He's like, "Oh, got a strong handshake for such a small man."
Oh, yeah. Can I have a charisma on that one then? I mean, he's a human, so he's not like a dwarf or a gnome or anything like that.
Yeah, but remember, Krill's 7 foot tall.
And probably shouldn't be, yep.
18.
18. Yeah, no, he takes again the words might be slightly patronising, but there's something jovial about your tone that manages to sell it as you being almost maybe not flirtatious, but sort of in that realm of being charming. Not something we necessarily associate Krill with.
And you're incredibly handsome too.
Who's next to patronise the friendly and helpful NPC?
Yeah, thank you. It's not something I hear very often. And turns to the rest of you and says, and the rest of you, what's your names? Just so that I ensure that I'm not leaving anyone out.
Quinch flies into the air, circles around 3 times, and then lands softly next to him. I'm Quinch. Nice to meet you.
Oh, excellent.
Did Quinch go a little bit French at the end there? It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Hello. Like, you startled me somewhat there by floating out from the sky.
Did you see me do the 3 circles?
Yes, they were excellent.
Yes.
Excellent circles.
Thank you.
My name is Darz. Perhaps I look forward to everyone being introduced to everyone at all stages. Yes, and you there, older gentleman. Your name?
I am the great and powerful Gregomel Wallows.
Oh, you're a wizard, are you?
Well, if you can tell that from my fire, then perhaps one should go back to school.
I never went to school. I was brought up on the street. So in terms of going back to school, I've got nowhere to go back to.
Well, I apologise. You are a very learned gentleman for your stature.
Well, you weren't to know. That's absolutely fine. You know, I taught myself everything I knew. I knew that I needed to, get to where I needed to be in life, and it's not always been the best of lives for me. But I ensured that I always did the best that I possibly could with what life dealt me. And finally, you there, and he looks over to
Dweezil.
Yeah.
To Dweezil, yeah. He looks over to, hello there, little fella.
Before Daboff says anything, he does a backflip.
Is this your tribal greeting?
Yeah, for now, until he gets bored, find something else to do.
You gotta make him roll every time.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. Dexterity, please. Sorry, no, acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
Oh God, this is a great bit.
An unnatural 20.
An unnatural 20. I think you did it twice in Doratha's office, if memory serves. And I think we'll call them your warning shots, I guess, that they've helped you warm up, and you're now understanding the mechanics of backflips. And what we'll say is, going forward, you can have advantage on backflips in open spaces.
Amazing.
Not in, if you find yourself in a small enclosed space, then it's a flat roll, or potentially disadvantage. But in a nice place like this, out in the open, you can backflip to your heart's content.
As Daboff lands, as Daboff
Listen,
lands,
his heart needs to agree to these things as
He
well.
thought he got away with that.
Yeah.
as Daboff lands, he just casually just says, "Yeah, I'm Daboff, no big deal."
And he's just going to say, just looking at you, and says, "Excuse me if you don't mind me asking this, but have you are you familiar with the ways of thievery?"
Who's asking?
My name is Darz.
Darz Helgar, he said.
Yeah. And I mean, please, I mean no ill will. I was once a thief myself, and have pulled myself up by the bootstraps. And there's just something you can tell about an individual that looks like they've had to do some things that maybe they're not so proud of. And
Daboff just stands very proudly, as if to say, "I am very proud of what I've done," and then does another backflip.
And I just wanted you to know that, that whatever you've done, I assume you did it because you felt you needed to, and that you shouldn't feel less valued because of it.
Can he roll a charisma check, please? He's the patronising one now.
I was gonna say, is he trying to like sneak shame me or what?
It's weird that we're mocked for our ice breaking techniques, but this guy comes in here with this shit, and apparently that's fine.
He rolls a 17, so you can decide a DC as to whether you're offended by that or not. He's Darz is just an ex. He's just an ex thieves guild member, and he just he's got himself onto the straight and narrow, and he just wants to spread the good word.
Um,
Do you know about our Lord and Saviour?
Dabov's going to walk over and shake his hand, but at the same time pick his pocket.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Okay.
That's...
Alright.
Oh.
Okie dokie. What I will say is, as an ex-thief, I'll have a sleight of hand, but I'll have it at disadvantage because he knows the tricks of the trade.
At disadvantage, that's still a 19. I rolled 19 and 10, and I get +9 for transparency.
Jesus Christ. Okay. You you find very little actually. He is, as I say, he's works out here. He doesn't have anything on him, especially while he's tending to the park. He leaves everything in his satchel that's over by the side of the fence. You do find a couple of copper pieces.
Cool. I am going to hand them back to him and just say a little bit of humour between friends. I am a very good thief. Bit of a pissing match, that one. But
and he hands you back your poncho and says, "Two can play at that game."
oh, interesting. Weird how he didn't have to roll for that one, or
I chose that he succeeded.
Oh, okay. That's a reference everyone will get.
Dabov performs a quadruple black flip.
A black flip.
Dabov does a Guile from Street Fighter and backflips and kicks him square in the chin.
Sonic boom!
Yeah.
Right, so I think we found so Dweezil hates Dweezil hates Catamon. Dabov hates Darz.
No, Dabov respects Darz. There's a respect amongst thieves there.
We're building up an anti-circus.
Oh my god, yes.
Anyway, so Darz says, "Wonderful. I would have thought that I would have spotted you doing that, but that you truly are a fantastic thief, and like I say, if you need to go on the straight and narrow, then you should feel valued. But at the same time, if you feel that this is the life for you, then so be it. You're obviously very good at it." And he turns back to Dweezil and says, "Now that the pleasantries are out of the way, would you like that letter and those 25 gold pieces?"
yes, please, my good man. In whichever order they come.
AKA, let's move this on. So he takes the pen from you and just goes over to the fence. Actually, he goes over to his pack. He happens to have paper but no pen. That's remarkable. And he pulls out the paper and he writes a note to the effect of saying, "Durathra, these fine gentlemen by the name of Dweezil, Dweezil, Krill, Quinch, Gregomel, and Dabov helped me clear the caravan park of our rat infestation. I deem them to be worthy of a weapon or any other things that they need around town." He comes back, he hands that note over to Dweezil, and hands a little pouch of 25 gold pieces on top of it to you, and says, again, thank you for your assistance today, and I hope to see you around town more.
Thank you very much, my good man. I look to the others and I hold up the pouch and I just say, shall I hold on to this gold? Like we agreed many, many weeks ago. Shall I just hold on to this? Because this is, we haven't come across much gold, but that was the agreement, so I'll just hold on to it, shall I?
That seems fair with me. How much are we up to now, Kitty? It can't be that much now that we bought our potions.
There's. I'll be honest with. There's 47. Not all of that is from the kitty, because some of that was my money before I met you. But I would suggest there's probably about 35. But what's a few gold between friends, eh?
Krill nods his head, and as he does, he just jingles from all the gold he's probably holding. he nods and sounds like a shaken coin purse.
Ah, Jimmy Savkrill.
Oh, brilliant!
Amazing. So with that, your business with Darz is over. What would you like to do next?
Wait, just quickly. Darz, my good friend, my handsome little friend. Any good shops around here?
Yes, it's. We sort of have a couple, really. You could, If you're looking for sort of just general bits and bobs, your usual gear, then you probably want to head over to the Lion's Share. That'll sort you out with your general weaponry, and as well as other adventuring things. Or alternatively, you can head over to the Dunkel Arms, and have a chat with Harriet over there. Or alternatively, we've got a wonderful dwarf by the name of Gelrin Fohammer, who runs his own forge, the Fohammer's Forge, and he can help you out with armour.
Right, cheers, Darz. Lads, general goods, weapons, or armour? What are we most keen for?
Well, shouldn't we go into our good friend Darfra again and present her with this fine letter of recommendation that we've just been written?
I know we only left her like 10 minutes ago. What did we need a letter for?
To buy weapons, wasn't it?
We're unable to purchase weapons in Tribor without a letter of recommendation, without a license.
Let's give her a letter. Let's get a. Do we just need the one letter?
No, that's addressed to all of us.
We have the letter.
No, the letter basically. All the letter was a formality that Darathra needed to see that you were a relatively fine-standing citizens, and you weren't going to be using weapons for any ill-gotten gains. So the letter will basically just confirm to her that you've assisted the town in some capacity, and that someone felt that they were able to recommend you to be able to have a license, so to speak.
When I was when I saw Kent the other day, he was talking about how incredibly secure the town is, and this is primarily brought around from this fantastic system of weaponry control. It's a great system that I think any kingdom should adopt.
So to the lady then.
Well, should we? I mean, she was difficult to see. Should we stand below the tower and throw stones at her window? How do we get her attention?
I feel that we only went slightly a little while ago. We could just go back and say we left our pen in the room or something, and make our way back up.
A little ruse, a little ruse, yeah.
Couldn't Dabov do backflips outside the window, and I'll tap on it. I'll fly up there and tap in the window. She'll see the backflips and... or we could just knock.
I mean, yeah. Let's move this on. You can literally there's no need to role play this. You can let's just say that you go to the town hall, to the Lord Protector's tower, and you speak to the receptionist, who I believe was Maria, and she passes the letter along for you, and you are now furnished with suitable licensing to acquire anything you should desire in town.
License to ill, baby.
License
right,
to
where
ill.
should we go? I mean, it seems we've got the opportunity of actually speaking to a Dunkel.
Well, yes. Perhaps we should go see the lovely lady.
Is Dunkel weapons?
Oh my!
She's a smith, Harriet.
So the North Shield, the Lion's Share is a venturing gear, but also sells weapons. Harriet Dunkel sells weapons, solely weapons, and Gelrin Fohammer sells armour.
I need to go and see Gelrin.
Yeah, I would like to see him at some point as well as the general goods sort of store.
Okay. So where do you want to go first then?
Well, perhaps we should go to the Lion's Share first, because that's closest.
Is that where you want to go?
Yeah, if everyone else wants to.
Yep.
So, as you start approaching, you see the shop in front of you. But can you all roll me a perception check, please?
Of course. Absolutely.
14.
Absolutely.
9.
19 for the Dweez.
Okie dokie. Dweezil notices off to the side. He notices something a bit peculiar he notices a building which looks a little unlike the other buildings in this town. It's everything in town is, although there's slightly different architect or different shaped buildings, sites, they're all in keeping with each other. It looks very much like the whole entire town was built by the same people, or certainly in keeping with each other's architecture. But this building just seems a little off. There's nothing you can really put your finger on, but it just doesn't seem to appear correct. And hanging outside, it appears to be a shop of sorts. And it's got a sign hanging up outside. And the sign hanging, you see written on it, the teller's cellar. And the word cellar is CELLAR. And that's been crossed through and then scrawled in sort of like cheap writing, like handwriting essentially with paint. Has been replaced with the word cellar, SELLER.
I just stop everyone. I just look at them and I give them a little signal, point to my eyes, and I just then move the signal to the sign and just raise the eyebrows as if to say, this looks like an interesting place. I'm particularly I'm kind of looking to catch maybe Gregomel's eye a little bit. See if he sees the same intrigue as I do.
Gregomel is already kind of trotting towards the door. He is fully taken in by just the sign and just how beautiful it looks. The typography of the sign is a masterpiece.
Yeah, it's like I say, that like the original sign is lovingly, detailed. As I say, it's then sort of graffitied with one of the words being written differently. Let's put it that way. Not quite as.
I just put my arm across Gregomel's chest and just stop him a minute and just check his progress. Just say, Gregomel,
Yes.
Yes.
Krill, Quinch.
Hello.
If this place might be somewhat unusual, why don't we see if we can get the upper hand? I've got an idea.
Thank you for listening. If you've enjoyed this episode, hit the subscribe button on your favourite podcast app to ensure you don't miss any future instalments of Dice and Desire. And in the meantime, if you want to interact with us, come and find us on Twitter and Instagram @Dice and Desire.
Oh, there, sailor. Yes, I'm talking to you. Do you yearn for high seas adventure and piratical mayhem at the roll of a D20?
Yes, I'll just toss you your shirt.
Very sassy.
No, I drink beer and I fart in my sleep.
Now that I got your attention with sex...
Welcome to my pub, the Wizard's Sleeve.
It's still a cow that I'm going to get in a bag. Do you know how big a cow is?
Don't put gold in your ass. That's not the catchphrase we were looking for.
It is one that we often use at this group,
Enough
though.
about where you keep your secret stuff.
It's not in my anus. Stop it.
Then sign your name in blood. Join the Rovers and your crew on their adventures every Wednesday, wherever you find podcasts.